This is Daniel Sheehan from Ringwalk TV. Delighted to be joined by Joe Parker at the press conference ahead of the Fabio Wardley fight this Saturday night at the O2. Joe, I don't know if you met, but we actually met very briefly for a few seconds in Riyadh last year. You were leaving the arena after the Fury Usyk 2 fight. You were going straight to the airport. Is that right?
I was in and out. I came to support Tyson, and straight after the fight, I was back to the airport to fly back home to New Zealand.
Definitely. And what's the importance of this fight for you in terms of activity? You know, you haven't had the activity you would have liked to this year, not for any fault of your own, but what's that been like for you dealing with that?
Listen, you can only control what you can, and what I've done was train in the off time or off season in New Zealand with George Lockhart, training from March to August, just building away quietly, enjoying our work, and when the opportunity arose, we took it with both hands. And credit to Fabio Wardley for taking this fight, and obviously myself and the team for taking this, because it shows there's two hungry fighters wanting just to get in the ring and show that they are the best in the world.
And like we mentioned, we're back at the O2 this weekend. You've had your last few fights in Riyadh, a lot of fights recently. What's it like to be back in the O2 and in the UK, more specifically in front of the UK fight fans?
It's going to be a beautiful fight night because the UK fans come and they support, and they get rowdy, they get loud, and they get with it. So it's going to be a great atmosphere.
Most definitely. Have you spent any time with Tyson Fury this camp in Morecambe, or is it sort of been with Andy Lee in your own sort of camp?
Just myself, Andy Lee, George Lockhart, and the team in Ireland. And I haven't really spent time with Tyson this camp, but he will be here to support and watch the fights on the weekend.
Amazing. And you mentioned about Fabio there. Obviously, he's an unbeaten fighter, very hungry. Does that sort of change in approach going into a fight like this? You know, someone who's undefeated, hasn't really had that experience. Does that sort of change how you view this kind of fight?
Yeah, he's just another fighter. Just another fighter we're going to get in the ring with and take care of business with. So he's going to be well prepared, and he's got that sort of, I would say, that confidence of the undefeated record, you know, so he'll be beaming and glowing and ready to go. But there are levels in the sport.
And of course, many have spoken about and labelled this as the fight as the winner faces Usyk. It's not always turned out like that way in other fights, of course. You know, boxing gets in the way sometimes. For you, is it Usyk next? I know that's what you want, but if it's not, have you thought about that? What is in your mind is sort of obvious to what's next for you?
I haven't really thought about what's next. I just want to take care of business this weekend, and I will, and then have a break, have a holiday, and see what's next. I haven't really thought about who's next.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time, Joe. Wishing you all the best.